We have now confirmed that after months of quiet negotiations, Iran has indeed released American detainees. Our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, has all the details.
A stunning deal. ABC News learning that Tehran has released 4 American detainees from notorious Evin prison, placing them under house arrest, a move that could pave the way for their ultimate release from the country. The detainees include Siamak Namazi, Murad Tabaz, and Imad Shargi. All 3 were charged with espionage by Iran, allegations the U.S. flatly denies, and each spent years here at Evin prison, seen here after a massive inferno ripped through parts of the facility last fall. The 4th prisoner asked to remain anonymous, and a final deal could also free a 5th American who was already under house arrest in Iran, according to a source familiar with negotiations. In exchange for their freedom, the Biden administration is prepared to greenlight the release of roughly $6 billion in frozen Iranian funds from South Korea, oil revenue tied up by U.S. sanctions. The high-stakes deal would be the product of months of secretive, indirect negotiations for the Biden administration. President Biden has struggled to fulfill his pledge to limit Iran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. A source familiar with the administration's initial plans says the U.S. would mandate that the unfrozen funds go toward humanitarian causes and not weapons development. But whether officials can guarantee that remains to be seen. And these prisoners will likely be held at a hotel somewhere in Iran. Siamak Namazi's family released a statement saying, while this is a positive change, we will not rest until Siamak and others are back home. We continue to count the days until this can happen. And the National Security Council spokesperson also released a statement saying negotiations for their eventual release remain ongoing and are delicate. Kira, I can imagine.
Yeah, no doubt. And Martha, I mean, any word on when these detainees could be back on U.S. soil?
Well, I think nothing happens quickly, and I suppose the Iranians are waiting to see what happens with those unfrozen millions of dollars and to make sure that happens before they're released to U.S. soil. So it could be days, it could be weeks, it could be months, Kira.
Just put it into perspective for us, Martha. I mean, these Americans were held in one of the worst prisons in the world, and Tehran has not approved mass release of U.S. detainees in several years. Let's just talk about the significance here and what you believe, I mean, they went through in this prison.
Well, they did release one prisoner on for medical reasons last year. But you are absolutely right. It's been many years, in fact, 2016, when the last larger number of prisoners were released. I have looked up on a hillside to see Evin prison in the past when I am in Tehran. It is not a place you would want to be. The White House, of course, realizes that as well, and we're working hard for these negotiations. But it's a really tense time right now with Iran, Kira, as you know, in the Strait of Hormuz, and the nuclear deals, which the Biden administration has really gotten nowhere on after former President Trump basically ripped it up. So those negotiations have been ongoing. This is, for the administration, certainly a bright spot, and for those families, very good news that these prisoners have been released, at least to house arrest, but obviously they will be continued to be monitored there, Kira.
We'll follow it along with you. Martha Raddatz, thanks so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.